Welcome back. We are on day 15 of reading the Bible in 1 year with Lily. And let's get to it. Genesis chapter 44. And he commanded the steward of his house, saying, Fill the men's sack with food, as much as they can carry, and put each man's money in the mouth of his sack. Also, put my cup in the silver cup, in the mouth of the sack of the youngest, and his grain money. So he did according to the word that Joseph had spoken to him. As soon as the morning dawned, the men were sent away, they and their donkeys. When they had gone out of the city and they were far off, Joseph said to his steward, Get up, follow the men, and when you are over there, say to them, Why have you repaid evil for good? Is it not the one that which my Lord drinks and with which indeed practices divination? You have done evil in doing so. So he overtook them, and he spoke to them these same words. And they said to him, Why does my Lord say these things? Far be it to us that your servant should do such a thing. Look, we brought back to you from the land of Canaan the money which you found in the mouth of our sacks. How then could we steal silver or gold from your Lord's house? With whomever of your servants it is found, let him die, and we also will be my Lord's slave. And he said, Now also let it be according to your words. He with whom it is found shall be my slave, and you shall be blameless. Then each man speedily let down his sack to the ground, and each opened his sack. So he searched. He began with the oldest, and the left off with the youngest. And the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. Then they tore their clothes, and each man landed his donkey and returned to the city. So Judah and his brothers came to Joseph's house, and he was still there, and they fell before him to the ground. And Joseph said to him, What deed is this that you have done, that you know that such a great man as I can certainly practice divination? Then Judah said, What shall we say to my Lord? What shall we speak? Or how shall we wear our clothes? God has found out the iniquity of your servants. Here we are, my Lord's slaves, both we and he also with whom the cup was found. But he said, Far be it from me that I should do so. The man in whose hand the cup was found, he shall be my slave. And as for you, go up and go be at peace with your father. Then Judah came near him and said, O my Lord, please let your servant speak a word in my Lord's hearing, and do not let your anger burn against your servant, for you are like Pharaoh. My Lord asked his servants, saying, Have you a father or a brother? And we said to my Lord, We have a father, an old man, and a child of his old age, who is young. His brother is dead, and he alone is left of his mother's children, and his father loves him. Then you said to the servants, Bring him down, I may set my eyes on him. And we said to my Lord, The lad cannot leave his father, for if he should leave his father should die. But you said to your servants, Unless your youngest brother comes down with you, you shall see my face no more. So it was when we went up to your servant, my father, and we told him the words of my Lord, and our father said, Go back and buy us a little food. But we said, We cannot go down if our youngest brother is not with us. Then we will go down, for we may not see the man's face unless our younger brother is with us. Then your servant, my father, said to us, You know that my wife bore me 2 sons, and the one went out from me. And I said, Surely he is torn to pieces, and I have not seen him since. But if you take this one also from me, and the calamity befalls him, you shall bring down my gray hair with sorrow to the grave. Now therefore, when I came to your servant, my father, and the lad is not with us, since his life is bound up in the lad's life, it will happen when he sees that the lad is not with us, then he will die. So your servant will bring down the gray hair of your servant, our father, with sorrow to the grave. For your servant became surety for the lad to my father, saying, If I do not bring him back to you, then I shall bear the blame before my father forever. Now therefore please let your servant remain instead of the lad as a slave to my Lord, and let the lad go up with his brothers. For how shall I go up to my brother if the lad is not with me, lest perhaps I see the evil that would come upon my father? Phew! Better get it, Judah. Genesis chapter 45. Then Joseph could not restrain himself before all of those who stood by him, and he cried out, "Make everyone go out from me." So no one stood with him while Joseph made himself known to his brothers. And he wept aloud, and the Egyptians and the house of Pharaoh heard it. Then Joseph said to his brothers, "I am Joseph. Does my father still live?" But his brothers could not answer him, for they were dismayed in his presence. And Joseph said to his brothers, "Please come near me." So they came near. Then he said, "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. But now do not therefore be grieved or angry with yourselves because you sold me here, for God sent me before you to preserve life. For these 2 years the famine has been in the land, and there are still 5 years in which there will be neither plowing nor harvesting. And God sent me before you to preserve a posterity for you in the earth and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So now it was not you who sent me here, but God. And he has made me a father to Pharaoh, and lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout the land of Egypt. Hurry and go to my father and say to him, 'Thus says your son Joseph, God has made me lord of all of Egypt. Come down to me, do not tarry. You shall dwell in the land of Goshen, and you shall be near me, and you and your children and your children's children, your flocks and your herds, and all that you have. There I will provide for you, lest you and your household and all that you have come to poverty, and there are still 5 years of famine. And behold, And behold, your eyes and the eyes of my brother Benjamin see that it is my mouth that speaks to you. So you shall tell my father of all the glory in Egypt and all that you have seen, and you shall hurry and bring my father down here." Then he fell on his brother Benjamin's neck and wept, and Benjamin wept on his neck. Moreover, he kissed all his brothers and wept over them, and after that his brothers talked to him. Now the report of it was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, "Joseph's brothers have come." So it pleased Pharaoh and his servants well. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Say to your brothers, do this, load your animals and depart, go to the land of Canaan. Bring your father and your households and come to me. I will give you the best of the land of Egypt, and you will eat the fat of the land. Now you are commanded to do this. Take carts of the land of Egypt. For the little ones and your wives, bring your father and come. Also, do not be concerned about your goods, for the best of the land of Egypt is yours." Then the sons of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them carts according to the command of the Pharaoh, and he gave them provisions for the journey. He gave to them, all of them, to each man changes of garments, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of garments. And he sent to his father these things: 10 donkeys loaded with the good things of Egypt, and then 10 female donkeys loaded with grain, bread, and food for his father for the journey. So he went his brother's way, and they departed, and he said to them, "See what you do not become troubled along the way." Then they went up out of Egypt and came to the land of Canaan to Jacob their father. And they told him, saying, "Joseph is still alive, and he is governor over all the land of Egypt." And Jacob's heart stood still, because he did not believe them. But then they told him all the words which Joseph had said to them. And when he saw the carts which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob their father revived. Then Israel said, "It is enough. Joseph my son is still alive, and I will go to see him before I die." Genesis chapter 46. So Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifices to God of his father Isaac. Then God spoke to Israel in the visions of the night and said, "Jacob, Jacob." And he said, "Here I am." So he said, "I am God, the God of your father. Do not fear to go down to Egypt, for I will make of you a great nation there. I will go down with you to Egypt, and I will surely bring you up again. And Joseph will put his hand on your eyes." Then Jacob arose from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried their father Jacob to their little ones and their wives in the carts which the Pharaoh had sent him. So they took their livestock and their goods which they had acquired in the land of Canaan and went to Egypt, Jacob and all his descendants with him, his sons, his sons' sons, his daughters, and his sons' daughters, and all the descendants that he brought with him to Egypt. Now there were the names of the children of Israel, Jacob and his sons, who went to Egypt. Reuben was Jacob's firstborn. The sons of Reuben were Hanok, Palu, Hezron, Carmi. The sons of Simeon were Jemuel, Jamin, Ohad, Jachin, Zohar, Shahu, and the son of Canaanite woman. The sons of Levi were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The sons of Judah were Anan, Shelah, Perez, and Zerah. But and Onan died in the land of Canaan. The sons of Perez were Hezron, Hamul. The sons of Issachar were Tola, Puva, Job, and Shimron. The sons of Zebulun were Secred, Elon, and Jahiel. These were the sons of Leah, which she bore to Jacob in Padan Aram, and his daughter Dinah. And all the persons, his sons and his daughters, were 33. The sons of Gad were Ziphion, Hagi, Shuni, Ezron, Eri, Arodi, and Ariela. And the sons of Asher were Jemna, Ishwash, Isui, Beriah, and Sarah, their sister. And the sons of Beriah were Heber and Malchali. These were the sons of Zelpah, whom Laban gave to Leah, his daughter. And these were bore to Jacob, 16 persons. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, were Joseph and Benjamin. And to Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of On, bore to him. The sons of Benjamin were Bela, Bekar, Ashbel, Gera, Naani, Ehi, Rosh, Muppim, Huppim, and Ard. Okay, Benjamin. There were the sons of Rachel, whom born to Jacob, 14 persons in all. The son of Dan was Hushim. The son of Naphtali were Jaziel, Guni, Jazar, Shelah. These were the sons of Bilhah, whom Leah gave to Rachel, his daughter. And she bore these to Jacob, 7 persons in all. All the persons who went with Jacob to Egypt, who came from his body, besides Jacob's sons' wives, were 66 persons in all. And the sons of Joseph, who were born to him in Egypt, were 2 persons. All the persons in the house of Jacob who went to Egypt were 70. Then he sent Judah before him to Joseph to point out before him the way to Goshen. And they came to the land of Goshen. So Joseph made ready his chariot and went up to Goshen to meet his father Israel. And he presented himself to him and fell on his neck and wept on his neck a good while. And Israel said to Joseph, "Now let me die, since I have seen your face, because you are still alive." Then Joseph said to his brothers and to his father's household, "I will go up and tell Pharaoh and say to him, my brothers and those of my father's house who were in the land of Canaan have come to me. And the men are shepherds, for their occupation has been to feed livestock, and they have brought their flocks, their herds, and all that they have. So it shall be when Pharaoh calls you and says, 'What is your occupation?' that you shall say, 'Your servants' occupation has been with livestock from our youth even until now, both we and also our fathers, that you may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination to the Egyptians." And that concludes day 15 of reading the Bible in 1 year. I will see you guys next time.